Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome back to Earth Zero. I'm your host, Black Nick. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm here with my homie Sebastian. I'm sure you remember him from some of the old footage that we have.
And before we get this video started today, it's my boy's Nick's birthday today, 24th birthday. So before we start off this video, please
I don't
consider
look 24, do I?
please consider hitting that thumbs up, subscribe button for his birthday, and
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. You heard the man. If you like the Justice League film, please hit that like and subscribe button. We enjoyed the film, but we'll get to that soon because there are a bit of problems in there, but it's cool. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about the Justice League film, but we wanted to do like a whole cover up through all the movies we watched, from Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman. So I think we're just gonna talk about Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and the new Justice League film, and the old one, just to obviously have a comparison. But we just want to start off from where we began. So I want to know from you, Sebastian, what did you think of Man of Steel?
I'll be completely honest, I did like that film.
Yeah, I also honestly like that film with Henry Cavill. I honestly think that he is Superman. People have problems that he's like not comic accurate or
for me,
all that stuff.
Henry Cavill depicts Superman perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's Zack Snyder's own version of Superman. You can't expect, if you want Superman 100%, the comic version, go and read the comic. Then you'll get the original one. You'll never get it on screen or anywhere or whatever. They can try as hard as they can. Nothing will be the original. So I'm happy with how Henry Cavill was depicted in the Man of Steel. I like the fact that they went through Superman's origins and stuff. It was really cool starting off with Man of Steel as the Iron Man. Iron Man started off kind of the MCU. It was like him, then Cap, and everyone. So I mean, Man of Steel or Superman started off the whole kind of like the DCEU. I didn't know it was going to continue from that. I thought Man of Steel was going to be its own thing, and they decided to bring this whole world into it. But it just got tragic when it hit that Batman versus Superman film. That's where I got lost. I don't know what you thought about Batman versus Superman.
But before we move on to Batman versus Superman, I just wanted to make a note. Especially the soundtrack I found in Man of Steel was perfect.
Yeah, that piano.
The soundtrack for Man of Steel was just. Yeah.
That soundtrack is iconic for Man of Steel, dude. It's really emotional, and it makes you feel more human when you're around them when they play that actual soundtrack. Yeah. Because obviously some people like me don't like Superman because he's super OP. I don't like overpowered characters personally and stuff. But I like how they kind of brought him down to earth in Man of Steel. As much as he is strong, he still struggles with human emotions and goes through a lot of things on earth to make him understand us and stuff, and actually fight for human beings and stuff. So that's what I really like about Superman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the same sense, now we move on to Batman versus Superman, and you see Batman's just he hasn't got extreme superpowers like you see.
Yeah.
His superpower, which he states, is "I'm rich."
Yeah.
And in Batman vs Superman, you see Batman does have a chance to actually finish off and kill Superman.
Yeah.
But luckily he did not.
Obviously, from the whole way Zack Snyder directed it and stuff. Obviously, I don't know, Snyder seemed a bit on Batman's side in that film, even though it was a bit too... The way it was done was weird, because I watched the Dark Knight Returns animated movie, and it was implemented better than the actual Snyder universe compared to in Batman vs Superman. I didn't understand Batman as a character, and I kid you not, guys, I'm a Batman fan. I like Batman. Yeah, he's my favorite actual superhero out of like everything. I like Batman. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, you're a fanboy. You're one of those guys that are like, Batman can beat anyone because he's smart or he's always ahead of time. But I'm not like that. I can admit when Batman can get destroyed, Superman could easily destroy him. He could have easily destroyed him in Batman versus Superman if he
really
wanted
to. Yeah.
But he was holding back because he had other motives.
He wanted to talk to Batman and get him on his side to now help save his mother Martha. But
exactly. So I watched the theater version, the cinema version. You watched the 3-hour version, and they were completely different and weird. Like I didn't get all that extended stuff where people travel to places. I didn't even know what that, when people were branding, Batman was branding people and what that brand like meant and stuff because of not having the extended cut and stuff. So it was a really complicated and horrible film. For me, I didn't like it not at all. Like, I like the Batman scenes, the warehouse scenes. I think Batman's warehouse fight scenes were the best Batman scenes I've seen on screen. His suit is the best Batman suit on screen as well. But I just didn't understand Batman, and that really is a big issue to me. I still want to understand Batman at the end of the day because I've known him since I was young, from the animated set. So I want to know what are the motives of him doing all of that. And yes, you can explain why he did this. But if it's not clear in the movie and stuff, then obviously your movie has a bit of issues if we don't understand why this character is doing that, if it doesn't get explained and stuff. So I don't know what you thought of the extended version because you saw the extended version
for me,
first.
It wasn't completely clear, but you could see in the extended version the reason for Batman kind of hating Superman is when in Man of Steel, Superman was fighting General Zod. They had that whole fight scene in the city and stuff, and they ended up fighting and going straight through
buildings and stuff.
Especially Bruce Wayne's main building and stuff, and you could see his whole building collapsed.
Yeah.
And that was kind of Batman's motive, that Superman was the cause for his whole Wayne's building falling, and a lot of Wayne's
that's where all the hate came from and the destruction and everything. And I was like, okay, they're implementing it right, but in my, like, everyone's like, the DCEU is trying to do their own thing, like trying to create their own kind of way of telling their story. They want to copy the MCU with solo films, like first a Batman film, then a Wonder Woman film, and then join them all together. They wanted to do it in their own way. And that's where I had an issue because I personally needed a solo movie for it. That's why, like, out of all the characters, I understand Superman the most because of that Man of Steel film. I know what he comes from, what his motives are and everything.
You saw everything, yeah.
Now they just chuck in Batman. They try and like tell his story in Batman. They just try and tell so many people's stories in Batman versus Superman, and it was a bit too hard for me to actually like keep up. And then we got the Justice League. Is it Josh Whedon, right? That's the director that created the Justice League, the previous film. That made everything even worse because that movie was just complicated and things weren't shot well, things didn't make sense, things were cut out, characters seemed stuffed in.
Basically, it was just completely rushed.
And it was just making things worse. After how Batman vs. Superman was received, Justice League was received like it was just epic, but at the same time it was just wrong. You know what I mean? So I don't know what you thought about it, like the CGI, the story.
Especially what stood out to me, as you said, Henry Cavill had a beard while they were filming Justice League, but they CGI'd the whole thing out, and you could see he looked completely fake, and that for me just
turned you off completely.
Like, when you're going to watch a movie like this, you want everything to look quality, well made, crisp.
Now they're making Superman look like some
animated CGI created face, and just
he looked like he had some hectic stroke, it was just bad for him, and
as well, everything just about these 3 boxes just came out of nowhere. You're like,
what's
the story behind
these
3 mother boxes coming out and the reason for
everything just cut short. And that brings us to our main movie today, which is Justice League that we watched yesterday. It was supposed to be my birthday present, but it came out yesterday. So it kind of counts. Yeah, we couldn't wait. There's no way we were gonna watch it today. We did an hour, then we did our own things, and then we did the last 3 hours. Like, as soon as we were done with our own things, the last 3 hours just took us. It was such a good film, such a better and perfect film. So my question is to the viewers, what do you guys think? Like, do you think because of how trash Josh Whedon's film was, that this movie stands out more to you, even to you, Sebastian, because of how trash Josh Whedon, whatever his name is, Justice League film was? Do you think that because it was so trash and had such everyone didn't like it and stuff, people had low expectations for the Snyder Cut, right? Now, do you think because of that film, people are praising this a lot? Let's say if the Whedon one or whatever didn't come out at all, would this one still be as good as how we see it now? Because now we have something to compare to, which is unfair actually.
Yeah.
But we have something to compare it to that was really, really trash. So now, because it was so much better than that one, everyone's like, oh, it was cool. But what if that version didn't come out and this one only came out? Would it still be a good movie?
For me, I think it would. What also really stood out for me when they filmed this new Justice League Snyder's Cut is just how slow they took it. When they filmed these type of, like Man of Steel, it's all slowly filmed, that nice slow soundtrack in the back. And also in Justice League, you can hear that slow, chilled music in the back, and the detail, slow panning, slow filming movements. Everything's just in detail. It's slowed down. It's not too rushed. It feels more wholesome to me.
100%. Way more detailed.
Way more
character development. That's what I appreciated from the film. And people were tuning me when I was like, I wanted solo films and stuff. And I'm like, I'm happy that this film came out with 4 hours so we could get to see each character and a bit of their background and stuff. But that still proves to me that solo films would have worked so much if there was like a Cyborg solo film or Aquaman solo film before any of this happened and we understood the characters.
I remember last night when we were watching the movie, one thing that stood out to me, which you mentioned, was Snyder in such a way that we could see that the Aquaman solo film was based after this Justice League
Exactly,
film.
So he still continued. He still had at the back of
timeline.
As much as the film already came out, he didn't make any mistakes of doing something after that film. You could see that the timeline was still before. And that's exactly what I liked about it. There was like small development and stuff with the characters. Like I was saying that a solo movie wouldn't have hurt, you know, as much as people are like, they're copying the MCU. A solo film wouldn't have hurt, but it was exactly the same thing with what he did now with this 4 hours and showed us a bit of the character. And Cyborg is like the heart of the actual movie, you know, like in the previous film they took out so much, and I now understand why that actor Ray Fisher just doesn't like the previous director, because you heard about the whole war and how much he was busy tuning the directors for being like racist and all that, and all that. It was just hectic with him, and now he's kicked out of like the DC. Like that Cyborg actor is not a part of DC anymore. I think he's like fired, gone. Because of this whole commotion, just because he didn't like that previous director. So now Ray Fisher literally posted a tweet just like being grateful to Snyder for the Snyder Cut and the fans. Now we can see why he's happy, because now we can see Cyborg's actual story. We can see his development. We see everyone's, like, so many people's development. Not a lot of Batman, but not a lot of Wonder Woman. But with them, obviously, we saw a lot in their films. Wonder Woman film.
Yeah,
and we saw,
especially with Cyborg, we were talking about that in this new Justice League film. We can actually see Cyborg before his life changed.
Because in another film, it just cut.
You just saw him as Cyborg. You just saw the video clip where the mother box came in. He was transformed into Cyborg. But in this film, you actually see his life before all of this happened. He was an excellent football player, and he loved his mother. That's one thing that stood out. And that's why we could see also in this film, in the previous Justice League film, you could see that Cyborg didn't really love his dad too much. He always had this grudge against his dad, and you never understood why. You were like,
And then now, they did a whole family scenario of how he lost his mom and how he blamed it on his dad.
And that's why he hated his dad. Yeah,
it was still character development. At the end of the day, he's still as much as he's machine, he's still kind of human. He still understands his dad, and it was like, he was just a hectic character, guys. So everyone had time to shine. I'm not gonna lie. Batman had some dope Batmobile scene at the end. He was killing it.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, also at the beginning with the bank scenes. Even like a fight against Steppenwolf. That one fight when they went to go save the dad and those hostages. And they were fighting on the bridge, and Wonder Woman was like doing those cool flips, and she was dodging like everything. He was shooting at her. And like it was just hectic. And then we have who else? Cyborg. Cyborg was also getting lit and everything. When we understand how much power that guy has and stuff, you understand that Cyborg is an actual asset. In the previous one, I was just like, it's just Cyborg. But in this one, you can see how much he brings. The bank account.
He sees this woman is struggling, and
I have to mention this, guys. Yesterday, this guy was like, "Yo, can this guy actually hack into bank accounts and stuff?" And then, literally, straight away, the guy does it. He, hacks into the bank account or whatever. And we were just like, that's...
He can basically speak to machines. He fixed Batman's troop carrier that took them...
Quick. And he was just such a big asset. And then the man that stole the show at the end... Actually, two people that stole the show. Superman first.
That scene. I can't get over that scene. I cannot get over that scene. Where...
with the axe,
Superman just comes... Not impressed. We just knew...
We knew it was over. Now the day was going to be saved. So, at the end of the day... What I still like about this film is that these guys fought and they actually got to the box as a team. Because that scene before even Superman came was just so epic. Where everyone was helping each other. Remember Batman tried to do it solo.
Yeah.
And then the team just came. You saw Wonder Woman save him and stuff. And Aquaman land on the freaking car and he's like, you are crazy. Aquaman gets thrown into the air or whatever.
But one thing that I found... which was cool, which I think caught everyone by surprise, was Flash.
The Flash, that's the second guy I wanted to talk about.
Saved the world.
Everyone with that reverse thing that he did, and he just brought everyone back.
No one expected that.
Darkseid. Yeah. My question is, what was going through Darkseid's mind when all of that got, rewinded and stuff,
And which was scary, when we were watching that scene, you could actually see that blast from the mother boxes even killed Superman. You could see
Superman just disappeared. You can even see when Flash brought him back, the blood was regenerating like Superman, or he was rewinding time and bringing everything back. And we were like, also Superman went. I thought Superman might survive that blast. So those mother boxes must be strong.
So Flash is always... perceived and shown as this joker. He's the fun guy in the team and whatnot, but he can actually be serious, and he at the end of the day saved the team.
So Barry Allen, the original Barry Allen that I know, isn't perceived that way. He's not really a jokester in the team. He's a science guy. He's smart. He does say jokes here and there, but they're subtle ones. But this is an immature kind of weird Barry. But I can deal with them because it's in this kind of world and it works with the atmosphere. We need one funny guy. Everyone was way too serious. Aquaman's serious. Superman is serious. He just got back from
the whole film is filmed in such a way that it's made to be serious. But you got to have at least some sort of comedy and Barry Allen.
And that's Barry Allen, and it's he just did such justice at the end. And then you
could see how powerful he was when he reversed time, and it was cool.
So to slow down to the end of our video, I'd like to know what was your favorite highlight of the thing. Not favorite because we already spoke about it. What stood out to you in the actual film, a scene or anything?
I think overall what I enjoyed about it was filmed in such a way now that we can see. There is the option to now film a second Justice League, the way that we could see that Lois Lane is now the key, and that potentially if Lois Lane dies, Superman can easily become corrupted.
And now we understand what those dreams and all that Batman vs Superman stuff was.
We were all Justice League, we were like, what was that? It didn't make any sense. But now we understand there is potential of another Justice League film, which I hope does
happen. Exactly.
Yeah, and then yeah, no, I think
it was just good overall. So, what would you give it out of 10?
For me personally, I'd give it a solid 7.8, maybe 8 out of 10.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
And what stood out for me, I have to mention this, guys, is Martian Manhunter. I don't know who else got excited like me, but I've always wanted to see Martian Man. And they said they were going to have a cameo, and they finally brought him Martian Manhunter. And he looks really good. Like, his CGI looks good. He has a cool suit made from that world. And I want to see more of him. I want to see Shazam come through. We want to see everyone just be there
the whole team
for the Darkseid fight. Because obviously, there's going to be another war. I think this is going to lead to another big
I expected
war,
Darkseid coming out and...
Same, I also thought on all of that, but I understood, no. I think Steppenwolf is just...
They're saving his future for the next potential film, which is cool. They've defeated a little boss, but now the big boss...
He's slowly now coming in. I don't know if he might be the next one, because they said there might be 2 other movies after. So 3 in total with this one. So I don't know if he's going to come for the next one, but that last one, there's probably going to be a hectic war between Darkseid and everyone
I wasn't
else.
completely sure. He mentioned the life cycle. I know you saw that flashback where you had like the Amazonians, the Atlanteans, everyone fighting together to defeat Darkseid when he originally came with the boxes and stuff. And I think that's why Darkseid obviously wanted to gain revenge for his defeats and stuff. And I think that's why this life cycle brings light to that, because he wants to come back and
exactly 100%. So we don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll see what happens. I'm just impressed with Snyder. He really did bring
at the end of the
game.
Day, the film was good.
We waited for such a cool movie. I think it's my best DCEU movie to date. DC movie. Not my best superhero movie. Lots of people are like, that's the best superhero movie I've ever seen. I love DC that much, but it's not the best superhero movie I've seen. But I think it's the best DC movie I've ever seen, and they have to keep it at that standard from now on. What Zack Snyder did, wow, whatever
100%.
happened previously, all those films that people hated and stuff, needs to change. And I'm keen to see Suicide Squad 2 and what else they're gonna bring. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to our nonsense and our opinions. But we love the film. We want to hear about your opinions. Comment in the section below. Hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to buy me a present for my birthday. And love you guys so much. Stay well, stay safe.
We'll see you next time.
See you soon.